Welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing?
I was coming with you too much energy this morning.
Hey, I'm not complaining. I love it. I love it.
I, too many cups of coffee. Um, well, Leah, I'm very excited about this episode because we're making a very exciting announcement. You have created an organization called MainStage Creative, and you're now a partner and a resource in the MMN family of businesses, if you will. And we're very excited about this partnership.
Yeah, I feel like we need like confetti and applause it's been a long time coming. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I agree. I have known you for years and years and years. I know you've been on the podcast in the past, and the energy that you bring to the industry, the knowledge that you bring to the industry, the insights you bring to the industry, the in service of mentality that you bring to the industry is just, it's infectious. So
Thank
I
you.
appreciate the opportunity to collaborate with you on a go forward.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've been waiting for this.
Definitely. So I know we have a brief time here this morning for this announcement, so I want to kind of dive in, maybe talk a little bit about what MainStage Creative is, and then maybe couch that in what you are providing for the upcoming year in 2026.
Cool. Yeah. So MainStage Creative is a design and curation service. So essentially what we do is we can help put together proposals to increase the chances, I guess, of someone getting selected. And we'll talk about that in just a bit. We do a lot of design of, presentations, public speaking coaching. It is pretty much a gateway for anyone who is looking to take advantage of these speaking opportunities that take place all across the industry. I mean, there are so many conferences during the year, and it's an opportunity for brand new speakers to have a voice. There's a lot of newbies out there that have something to say, and we want to give them the opportunity to say it.
Yeah, definitely. So what I hear you saying there, Leah, is you provide a service where you can write sort of a request for proposal for speaking at various associations. You can speak to supplier partners. You can speak to speakers themselves as individuals. So if we compartmentalize that into three areas, associations, suppliers, and speakers, can you speak to each one of those points as it relates to your service?
Yeah, so I'll take suppliers first because that village is near and dear to my heart, right? I think for a lot of conferences, suppliers have a rough go at getting a proposal selected. A lot of conferences or selection committees, they're worried that these proposals are going to turn into pitches, sales pitches, and kind of lose some of that educational power, which is really the purpose of being on the stage. So, being able to create a space for suppliers to have their voices heard in a non salesy, pitchy kind of way and be more educational. I think there's more power in that. That's what gets people to go to your booth and not, hey, we have these 10 services and we're offering, this discount or something like that. So for suppliers, we can really help improve their chances of getting selected because we use a very neutral voice. We use a very educational voice when we put these proposals together. For speakers, a lot of speakers have sort of their set topics. These are the things that I specialize in. And so the pitches kind of sound quite the same from conference to conference to conference. Doesn't help when you just change the title, So you have to really understand the tone of the conference, the attendee population, who is it that you're speaking to, and being able to switch up your content, switching up the content to meet the needs of the conference goers for that particular conference. And then for associations, they put in a lot of work creating these agendas, and they are solid and they are great. But how do you make sure that all of that content is delivered in a way that really resonates with an audience? And I think part of that is making sure that from the pitch to the actual presentation is flawless. And a lot of conferences, multiple speakers on one session that have never worked together before. And so understanding the dynamics that are at play with those personalities, with those speaking styles, with those, facilitation delivery skills, how do you make sure that, those three disparate entities are all working together really well?
Definitely. Yeah, I think so much of that resonates for me, having been in the world of speaking
Yeah.
for time to time. It's not my profession, but when I go out there, everything that you just said resonates with me. Okay, so we have associations, we have suppliers, and we have speakers that you are in service of. But the services that you actually provide to those individuals, we could talk about proposals, or what we refer to at the lead in as an RFP, talk about also deck design, and then maybe end cap that with your coaching of public speakers. And then we can kind of draw to a close here with a big, I don't have confetti, but maybe we'll do
Yeah.
the,
We can do that in post, right? We
yeah,
can...
we'll do that.
Yes, so just really quickly, we have a sort of three-step offering for MainStage Creative. It's pitch, prep, and present. So pitch is the RFP writing. I am one to never brag about myself, but I will brag about MainStage Creative. We have a 94% acceptance rate. I think our biggest claim to fame is for 2025, we got 10 out of 11 sessions selected for one conference.
Congratulations, that's amazing.
And you guys can just take a guess at what conference that was, right?
Yeah.
I have gotten accepted for every single major conference. You name it, my proposal's been accepted. And they're all different, right? So it's important to understand what your proposal should look like and feel like when you put it together. Prep is the deck design. So there's a couple ways that can work. We can either do branded decks for associations, put it together where every presentation has the same feel. It looks very cohesive from session to session. Those have been really helpful. But the one thing about a branded deck, sometimes you're just given a title slide and then nothing else. So being able to format it for all the different types of content that will go on the slide is really important. And then the present is the public coaching, public speaking coaching kind of thing. And this was something that I was never born to do. Let's just say everyone says, oh my God, I don't know, you're one of the best speakers I ever heard of. That's never been me, but I have had to learn certain facilitation skills along the way. So this is that opportunity for associations to partner with MainStage Creative to create time, blocks of time that their speakers can meet with us, go through their information. I think one of the worst things to break audience engagement are note cards, memorization in terms of we're just going to follow this script and this is how we're going to do it. And I've seen, in the speaker rooms prior to a conference session happening, the speakers are all huddled around at a table trying to figure out who does what. And don't forget to say this. And they're trying to finish their deck. And, it's a lot of stress on a speaker. So being able to partner with MainStage Creative to alleviate some of that. I love data. Studies have shown that audience learning retention, 65% of that comes from speaker delivery. So it's not what's on the screen, right? We're going to help you with that, but it's how do you deliver that information in a very dynamic way.
Definitely. It's as much an art as it is a science, for sure.
Yes.
I've learned that over the years, not only as an audience member, but also trying to learn how to hone my own speaking skill. It's a lot of work, but
Yeah.
the reward at the end is it's well worth the effort that you put in to prepare for something like that. So I'm excited that you're bringing all these services to the multifamily industry under the banner of MainStage Creative with the support of MMN and our partnership and you being a resource for it. So anything you want to end cap in terms of where people can find you, your service, how they can get in touch with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can go to my site, mainstagecreative.com. One thing I forgot to mention, in the age of AI, let's just throw this out here. Every proposal that we submit has been verified 0% AI written. Don't do it over here because all the other submissions are using some form of AI. And that honestly is the secret sauce to what we do. So you can check out mainstagecreative.com. There is a little contact page where you can get a little bit more info. I am so excited, y'all. I cannot even tell you how excited I am to be partnered with MMN. When I tell you it has been a long time coming, Mike and I, we won't go into detail, but it has been a long time coming. So we're just here to help the industry, help get great content out there and hopefully, make some magic happen in 2026.
Absolutely. Lia, you are a beautiful human. Thank you for taking time this morning so we can get this very powerful and wonderful, important message out to the MMN community and the multifamily community at large.
Yes. Let's do it, y'all.
All right. Confetti. Woo! All right. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.
Bye.